We're going to take you on a delightful tour of historic Rome by Segway.
Buongiorno! Welcome everybody, first of all. Segway is a self-balancing machine. We just ride it. You step on a Segway just as I am now, and I'm not doing anything more than standing. We are leaning, and as soon as I lean, Segway moves. If I lean backwards, Segway goes backwards. I'm doing what you will be able to do in 3 minutes. If you lean, you move. Okay? The handlebar is here to do turns. You push it to one side or the other. You see? So that is essentially what gets the Segway moving. The handlebar, which is pushed to one side or the other, and our body, which leaning gets you moving. Okay? Lean back. That's the way. It's always us deciding where the Segway goes. It's easy. Well, ready to rock? That big red building, which you can see in the distance, is an indoor shopping mall. It happens to be only 1900 years old though. And it is the first example of a mall we know of in the world. 150 shops, 6 levels, a drink court, a food court. It's Trajan's market, which is an open market you can go and visit. Out of main tourist tracks. It is so interesting to visit such an ancient building, which is so modern at the same time, and out of main tourist flows. The column is celebration of the military achievements of the military campaigns that Trajan undertook in Eastern Europe. He Romanized what we call today Romania. If you could unroll all the carvings, you will end up with a 600 feet long bas-relief. And he is portraited something like 55 times along the column. Slowly keep riding. Well done, boys. You see a little white church there? Next to the church, you would expect the convent of the church if the convent had not been sold to a hotel. And if you look up, you see the bell tower of the convent with a cross on it. But it's the bell tower of the hotel now. Isn't that crazy, eh? It's built in a very important place because it's down deep in the forums in a convent. So it's considered an expensive place, I would say. This road we have been riding on is a modern road, which was not here before 1930.
For most of the ride, we are rolling past some wonderful historic monuments like Trajan's Market, and generally riding on a nice wide sidewalk. And then when you're going to cross the street, it's generally done at a crosswalk or with a green light. So it's all really easy.
There we go, and up we go. Ancient Roman ruin. It's ancient. It was completed in year 80. If that is not ancient, who is ancient? And they used to say, for Romans, give them panem et circenses, and they'll be okay. Panem means bread. Circenses means entertainment. Give them bread, entertainment, and they'll be fine. What does ruin mean? We mean that the ruins are in bad shape. Nature does a lot to, buildings, earthquakes. We are shaky. Statues, huge statues, bronze shields on the 4th tier. Those are gone, statues are gone, walked away. People saw them running away a long time ago. So that, as I was pointing out while riding, is what remains of the gigantic Basilica of Constantine. Now, Constantine did not start it out. Maxentius started that out, but was defeated in the famous Battle of Ponte Milvio. Then Constantine passed on and completed it. And what you see is what remains of it, because most of it fell because of the earthquakes. A curiosity about these buildings is that big portions of Vatican State walls, the so-called Leonian walls, were built using the bricks which fell off this basilica. So nothing is wasted. Recycling is a key word for Rome, and not only precious stones as we will see in the Colosseum, but even bricks, plain bricks, could be reused in rebuilding. Ancient Rome finished, died. Along with Rome, population decrease, plagues, invasions, and the necessity, the need of rebuilding what fell down and was abandoned did not exist. Who wanted to use a basilica of ancient Rome when ancient Rome did not exist anymore? So abandoned places could be reused as quarries for materials. Quarries, not dug out of a mountain as you would think of a normal quarry, but as quarries in town you could reuse. Va bene, now we are moving down. We're all in Let's do it. Come on.
There's more to see in our Segway Tour of Rome coming up in part 2. Of course, there's a lot more to see in the actual Segway Tour when you're riding through Rome, because that journey takes about 3 hours. We're just showing you some highlights in our short videos.